EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On first down, it's Hampton. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Short throw to Disley. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
They went to their big body tight end on second down in hopes that he could plow his way to a first down, but they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. In motion, the tight end. Now it's Herbert. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. Off of play action. Here's Smith. That's caught by Myers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Short throw caught by Bowers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the 50, it's Smith. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. That's complete. It's Madden McConkey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
On the ground, this is Hampton. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It was Jamal Adams up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, what a move. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front, lofted it to the runner, and now not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And Johnston sent in motion. Herbert now. On the out route, he finds Johnston. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. Down to the 25. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Herbert. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Lad McConkey, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Thornton, the motion man right. Throwing now is Gino. Completes this one to Thornton. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll sneak it with Smith. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Gino going to hand it to Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll get this out to Genty. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target. Able to pick up another 1st down.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Tuli Pelotu got in and dropped him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now it's Smith. That's complete. It's Ashton Genty. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 12 brings up 3rd down and 8.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Out of the gun, Smith. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Tuli Pelotu. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
A.J. Cole in punt.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
8-yard pickup.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And they're incomplete downfield to Allen. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there for L.A. And even 60 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Omari and Hampton, a 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Smith. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Gino. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 25 yards that time. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
That one complete to McConkey. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
My man.
Here's Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
It's a pickup.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll go again with JT. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
The tackle made at the
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On first down, it's Genty. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Back to throw, Smith. That's complete. Genty out of the backfield. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
From the gun on third down, Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Max Crosby drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter Carter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
At the 40-yard
Yeah, another
line.
negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Geno now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now Smith. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? A shotgun snap for Smith. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Deion Henley in there to bring him down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now Smith on third and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Trey Tucker, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make it 24-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Chargers offense back onto the field. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here this first half. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Herbert going to give to Hampton. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Hampton. That'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 1 now.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Finds Johnston. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Smith. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Second down at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. Throwing now is Geno. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
From the gun, here's Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Smith. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now it's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On 4th down, here's the option. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Hampton. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustments. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Complete to Johnston here. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll work inside here, Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, 14 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
A run straight ahead with Gentile. And he stopped immediately there. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he is caught. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
13 yards.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Tui Pelotu in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now Gino. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Tui Pelotu. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Here's Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. But he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. 55 yards.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
10 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going, a little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
To the air again, Smith. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now Smith. Under pressure, they got him again. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
They'll try and set up the screen to Gentile. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Daniel Carlson.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to Hampton on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A run. Here's Hampton. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A run once more with Hampton. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On the give, this is Hampton. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Pass hauled in by Johnston. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense, And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 yards there. That will bring up second down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown! Omarion Hampton. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The
Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
24-yard line.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a 1st down. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Smith throwing again. Open man is Myers. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back to throw, Smith. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They'll go. Here's Genty. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Short throw to Disley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
3-yard gain on the play.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Chargers on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Smith now to throw. Caught by Mayer. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. A run out of the gun, Regenti. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Smith. Pass right side, caught by 40. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Nice little juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Geno now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
But tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely 3rd down pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Genti. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Hampton. And good vision there as it's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
On first down, it's Hampton. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say goodnight from Las Vegas.